Sorry I am late. Honestly, I almost didn't come. I am just so furious right now. I feel like I'm vibrating.
Whoa, take a breath. Did you and Mark get into it again?
Get into it? I don't even know if you can call it that. I yelled, he stared at his phone, then he walked out of the room. The usual Tuesday morning masterpiece.
Okay, sit down. Let's get coffee. You look like you need to vent before you explode.
I don't just need to vent. I need to figure out why I am married to a brick wall.
All right, 2 lattes coming up. Let's unpack this.
It is just so stupid when I say it out loud. But it is not about the thing, you know? It is never about the thing.
It rarely is. What was the thing this time?
The recycling. I know, thrilling. But I asked him 3 days ago to take it out. Then I asked him yesterday. Then this morning I walk into the kitchen and the bin is overflowing. A milk carton literally fell on my foot. And I just snapped.
And what did you say? Be honest.
I said, Mark, why is it that I have to carry the mental load for every single thing in this house? I said, do you think I'm your maid or your mother?
Ouch, the mother card. That is a heavy hitter.
I know I shouldn't say it, but I was so angry. And do you know what he did? He didn't apologize. He didn't pick up the milk carton. He just sighed this heavy, exhausted sigh, looked at me like I was crazy, and walked into the bedroom and shut the door.
That silence is loud, isn't it?
It is deafening. It makes me feel like I'm the villain, like I'm this shrill and nagging harpy. But I'm not. I am just overwhelmed. I feel like if I don't ask, nothing happens. But when I do ask, I am nagging. And when I yell because he ignored the asking, he leaves. I feel completely alone in the relationship.
That sounds incredibly lonely. It sounds like you are screaming for help and he's hearing it as an attack.
Exactly. He thinks I am attacking him. He told me last week, you are never happy with anything I do. But that is not true. I just want him to show up. When he walks away, it feels like he doesn't care. Like my feelings are just noise to him.
I hear you. It is the feeling of being invisible in your own kitchen. But let me ask you something, and promise not to throw your spoon at me.
I make no promises, but go ahead.
When you see him walk away, or when he goes silent, what do you think is happening inside his head?
Honestly, I think he's thinking, here she goes again. I think he is tuning me out because he doesn't respect me enough to listen. He's just checking out to avoid dealing with reality.
Okay, that is a very valid interpretation given how it feels, but we have been friends for 10 years. I know Mark. He's a good guy. Is it possible there's something else happening there? Because right now, you guys are stuck in a cycle. You poke, he builds a wall. You poke harder to break the wall, he adds another layer of bricks.
So what am I supposed to do? Just let the house rot? Stop poking?
No, but we need to look at the pattern. Right now, you are the pursuer. You are chasing him for connection and action. He is the distancer. He is running to protect himself.
Protect himself from what? From taking out the trash?
From failing and from your anger.
That sounds like an excuse.
Maybe, but if we want to fix this, we have to stop looking at the trash and start looking at the dance. Because right now, you guys are stepping on each other's toes until they bleed.
Okay, fine, I'm listening. But if you tell me I need to be more patient, I'm going to scream. I wouldn't dare,
but I do think we need to decode what happened in that kitchen before the milk carton even hit the floor. Let's look at the dance. In psychology, they call this the demand-withdraw pattern. It is the classic relationship trap. You demand closeness or action because you're anxious about the bond, and he withdraws to protect his autonomy or his peace.
But I am not demanding closeness. I am demanding that he takes the trash out. That is a chore, not a bonding moment.
Is it, though? When he ignores the trash, what does that feel like to you, deep down?
It feels like disrespect. It feels like I am alone, like my needs do not matter to him.
Exactly. It feels like disconnection. So when you yell, you aren't just mad about plastic bottles. You are having a panic response. You are essentially screaming, "Do I matter to you? Are you there for me?" It is a protest against disconnection.
Okay, that makes me sound desperate, but I guess you're right. When he walks away, that panic spikes. I want to grab him and shake him just to get a reaction. Any reaction is better than that blank stare.
Right, that is you pursuing. Now look at Mark. When you come at him with that energy, the mother card, the sarcasm, the volume, what happens to him? He turns into a stone because he is flooded. That is actually a technical term. His heart rate probably shoots up to over 100 beats per minute. His body goes into fight or flight mode. Since he is not going to fight you, he flees, physically or mentally.
So, he is terrified of me? That is ridiculous. He is a grown man.
He isn't terrified of you physically. He is terrified of failing you, and he is terrified of the criticism. When you say, "Why do I have to do everything?" he doesn't hear a request for help. He hears, "You are a disappointment, you are inadequate."
But I don't think he is inadequate. I just think he is lazy sometimes.
Maybe, but imagine if someone came at you listing all the ways you were failing at your job, loudly, first thing in the morning. Would you say, "Oh, thank you for this feedback, I will do better"? Or would you shut down to protect yourself?
I would shut down. I would probably cry or leave.
Exactly. So here is the cycle. You feel lonely and overwhelmed, so you criticize to get a reaction. That criticism makes him feel attacked and inadequate, so he shuts down to protect himself. His shutting down confirms your worst fear, that he doesn't care, so you get louder, and his retreating gets deeper.
God, it is a loop.
It is a feedback loop from hell, and neither of you is the villain. You are just triggering each other's deepest insecurities. You are afraid of being abandoned, and he is afraid of being controlled or judged.
So, when I see a brick wall, he's actually just trying to survive the conversation?
Yes, he is overwhelmed. He literally cannot process information when he is in that state. Anything you say when he is walking away, he literally cannot hear it. It is just noise.
So I have been yelling at a wall that is actually a panicked person trying to hide. That makes me feel terrible.
Don't beat yourself up. You are in pain too. But if you want the result, the clean kitchen and the connection, you have to stop the cycle. You have to change the music so he stops running.
Okay, I want to change the music. But how do I do that without suppressing my own anger? I'm still mad about the trash. I can't just pretend it is fine.
You absolutely should not pretend.
The goal isn't silence. The goal is to speak in a way that he can actually hear. You need a different tool.
Okay, I get the theory. But in practice, when the milk carton is crushing my toe, I am not thinking about his childhood trauma or his heart rate. I am thinking about murder. How do I actually change what I say without faking it?
It is not about faking it. It is about strategy. There is a concept by Dr. John Gottman called the soft startup. He found that the first 3 minutes of a conversation determine how the whole thing ends with 96% accuracy. If you start with an attack, you end in a war. If you start soft, you have a chance.
So I have to be soft when I'm angry? That feels contradictory.
Soft doesn't mean weak. It just means you don't attack his character. You have to shift from criticism to complaint. Criticism attacks who he is. You're lazy. You're selfish. A complaint focuses on the specific situation. The trash is full.
Okay, so instead of saying, "You act like I am your maid," which is definitely an attack on his character.
Exactly. That is a character assassination. Instead, try the formula I feel, about what, and I need.
I feel rage.
Try a layer deeper, under the rage.
I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I am carrying the whole house on my back.
Good. Now connect it to the situation. I feel overwhelmed when the trash isn't taken out because it adds one more thing to my list.
Okay, and the need?
This is the most important part. You have to give him a recipe for how to win. Men often want to succeed, but when we just say, "You're doing it wrong," they don't know what doing it right looks like. So, what do you need?
I need him to take it out without me asking 5 times.
Make it a positive request. Try, I would really appreciate it if you could take the recycling out tonight, so I can cross it off my mental list.
That sounds remarkably reasonable.
It is. Let's put it together. Compare these two. Version A, you are so disrespectful, I have to do everything around here. Version B, I am feeling really overwhelmed with work right now, and when the kitchen is messy, I get stressed. I need you to please handle the recycling so I can relax tonight.
Version B sounds like I'm inviting him to help me rather than accusing him of hurting me.
Exactly. Version B invites him to be your partner. Version A casts him as the villain. When you use version B, you're not triggering his fight or flight response. He can actually hear you.
It requires swallowing a lot of pride, though, to admit I am overwhelmed instead of just acting tough and angry.
It does. It requires vulnerability. But vulnerability is the only thing that creates intimacy. Anger creates distance. Do you want to be right or do you want to be connected?
I want to be connected, and I want an empty trash bin.
Then try the soft startup. Go home, wait until you are calm, and say, hey, I want to rewrite what happened this morning. I was stressed, but I shouldn't have yelled. Here's what's actually going on with me.
I can do that. I think he will listen if I approach it like that.
He will. You are changing the dance steps. If you stop stepping on his toes, he will stop pulling away.
Thanks. You just saved me a very expensive divorce lawyer bill.
Anytime. Coffee's on you next time, though.
Deal.